Hey guys, we're here with Paul. We're here with his Lamborghini Gallardo. It's twin turbo. It is so awesome looking. I love his spec. By the way, got to look at the wheels. The wheels, they are not black. They're the best GTD spec. Just saying. It's an amazing spec. We are about to take off to go get some tacos at Tacos for Life. He's gonna give us a little bit of a ride. You're gonna get our reactions because I've never ridden in a twin turbo Lamborghini before. So I'm a little, am I turning white yet? I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. So here we go. Holy shit, dude. What the? Okay. Dude, this is badass. I love that it feels like, has kind of like you said with the 05 GT, like it feels 05, but it's like still, oh yeah, this is total Lambo. Oh, wow. So this is what year?
2009.
Okay, and it is which like model?
So it's a LP 560.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Is it all-wheel drive or was this rear-wheel drive?
All-wheel drive.
Okay.
I think there was only I don't remember which one. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they made one model that was rear-wheel drive from the factory.
See, I thought they did too, and I thought it was like a low production number.
Yeah, it is. But it was like, it's kind of like, which one of the Huracans is a rear-wheel drive?
The LP5 something. Not the 610-4 is the all-wheel drive. It's a 580-2.
-2. And then there was another, like, not Technica, but there's
the Evo.
Yes, the Evo is rear-wheel drive too, right?
Yep.
So I think they did something similar like that with the Gallardo.
Okay.
But it wasn't a. It was like special designated. I don't think it was an LP car. It was like something else.
Okay. Dude. What the? Okay, that's awesome. Cause it's like being on a roller coaster where you're like, it's coming, and all of a sudden it just goes.
Slingshots.
And I've not ridden in a twin turbo car before, so I'm like, you know, I'm not knowing what, not like this.
Yeah.
Not like this. I've ridden in twin turbo cars, just not like. It really spooled up a lot. Like, holy crap. And especially when we were coming up on a turn, I was like, oh shit. That was dope. Well, you know, all my cars are naturally aspirated or supercharged.
Yeah.
So my power bands are very linear and kick in right away too.
So one of my first cars that I bought was a 2001 Audi S4.
Yep.
And those come with a 2.7 liter V6 twin turbo, and I had 6 speeds. So my first car is a turbo car, and so ever since then I've always had a soft spot for turbos.
That makes sense.
Like just the noise, the slingshot effect that just like just sucks you in. Oh, I don't know, it's just something to it. I love it.
Listen, it's epic. And the reason I like the NA cars is because I like to do most of my driving in the windies.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just, with my foot, with my ADD, I like the fast response. I would totally probably kill myself in a turbo in the mountains.
Well, to be honest with you, in the mountains, if I keep the RPMs high, it does.
You're good?
It does great, yeah.
Oh, well then maybe a twin turbo Gallardo isn't. Holy Jesus! Dude, that sounds so good too. Oh my gosh.
And the you know, I love that.
Love it. Dude, he's right. He's like, this is like the Pagani.
Yeah.
Like, it reminds me a lot of that car. Because all the sounds and the feeling and all, like, wow. So, okay, so how many miles do you have on this?
47,000.
Okay. And it's been reliable for you for the most part?
It's knock on plastic. It has not left me stranded yet.
That's awesome.
It's been fine.
And like you said, you've done rallies in it and all that stuff. It's like, it's good to know.
Oh, dude, I mean, you've seen me on the rallies. I book it, dude.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I drive it hard. Like, I don't baby it. I say that now I got an oil leak. As we speak, I need to get it fixed, but.
So how about, so I've had lots of R8s.
Yes.
And 2 of them being first generation R8s.
Yep.
And transmission, I've had to replace clutches in all of them.
Yes.
Because I had the Triptronic.
Yeah.
How is that in this car?
So this is the exact same with gearbox. It's an E-gear.
Okay.
Matter of fact, when it's going down for the oil to get fixed, I'm actually going to do a clutch replacement on it. Not right now, it holds power, but between shifts, I have to let off and then get back into it. Because if I don't, it'll just burn up the clutch.
Yep. That was the same with the R8.
Yeah. And I want to be able to bang through the gears with this kind of power too, where I'm not having to let go.
Are you going to do a Kevlar clutch?
So I've been doing a lot of research on it, and I hear a lot of back and forth. We can close the windows too. Yeah.
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of research, and if you do a straight Kevlar clutch, from what I understand, they become like really jerky.
That was what happened with mine, because I had a V10 supercharged, ESS supercharged R8.
Yes.
And once I put the Kevlar clutch in it, it was like way more aggressive feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like you almost always have to drive it pretty aggressively too,
Yes.
from what I understand.
Correct. That's how it was.
So there's 2 guys that rebuild the stock clutch, and they hybrid it. There's a portion of the clutch that's Kevlar, and a portion of it that is
just stock.
Yeah, well, ceramic.
Ceramic. Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Perfect. We're not doing anything suspicious.
In a twin turbo car, yeah.
Of course. Granted, there's always cops that sit on this road anyway, so we're just trying to do rollers.
Yeah.
We should, you know what? Why don't you get in the right lane? We'll get in front of him.
Yeah.
And just because then he'll get it on the camera.
Yeah.
Cops following you.
From the last rally, we were coming down the mountains, and I had left just a little bit early too. And we were going down a 2-lane highway, and he was in the right lane. Oh no, yeah. He was in the left lane. I was in the right lane, and the left lane is a passing lane.
Yep.
And he's like I'm going steady 55 or 60, and he's kind of going back and forth off as, he's going 55, he's going 50, he's going 60. So as we're going, I'm slowly catching up and catching up and catching up.
Who's getting this lane so you can get you in the camera? Sorry.
That's right. And so I finally catch up to him, and he's still just hogging the passing lane. And this is it was a highway patrol. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna switch to the right and slowly pass him on the right. So I start passing him, and I see him glance at me, and I thought he was just like waiting for me to pass to see the car,
Yeah.
And so, I start passing him, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and I'm like, kind of wave at him. As soon as I pass him, he gets behind me, flashes on his lights, pulls me over.
Why?
So I was, that's what I said. I was like, what the heck? And he comes up to me, and he's like, why would you ever pass a state trooper in the right lane? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't really think anything of it. And I thought he was wanting me to get behind him. Oh. I was like, I really thought he was just wanting me to pass him to check out the car, and then I was like, I don't know why he's just hogging the left lane, and he's going like at speed limit or below speed limit, at speed limit, below speed limit. So he kind of had an ego on him, and then he's like, the whole thing ended up being pleasant though. He was like super nice. He's like, just don't be passing troopers in the non-passing lane. I was gonna be like, well, you probably shouldn't be just hogging the passing lane and not passing anybody.
Exactly. Jesus. it really freaks you out because you're like, there's so much power that kicks on your butt, and we're coming up to a red light, and I'm like, I'm forgetting we're in a Lambo, you have a big brake kit, all that stuff, you know, but like from this side, you don't feel in control at all.
Whenever I sit in the passenger side, like my brother-in-law will drive or one of my brothers will drive it, I know what you're feeling like on that side. Jesus Christ. It's an all-wheel drive burnout for you.
Wow.
Hi, Vinny.
Okay, I want one.
Yep, I knew it.
So bad.
I knew it.
It is such an underrated car. Like,
it's raw, isn't it?
It is so raw, and it reminds me a lot of the R8 because that's basically what it was. It's incredible, dude. When that twin turbo kit, it is scary because it's like, and then it's like, whoa.
Fast as shit, isn't it?
Fast as shit, and he's doing it like as we're approaching a turn or as we're approaching a stoplight, and then you forget like you have a big brake kit.
Yeah, huge brakes.
And dude, we must. It felt like we were gonna lose the tail end every time we did. He's like, you know, like, amazing.
That was it.
Incredible,
it's
dude.
It's insane, right?
I want one so bad. This is a perfect color too. If you ever want to sell this car, it's already sold. You just let me know.
I appreciate
It's awesome.
Nuts, right?
That is awesome.
Let's go get some lunch, dude.
All right, man. I've already got a little taste of this thing, but like, I'm so excited. I know Vinny was probably freaking out here, wasn't he?
The passenger seat like makes it so much more animated too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Awesome. This car does feel so long, even though it's a small car. You got a car turning right here, just be careful.
I think it's just because you're so low to the ground.
Yeah.
It kind of distorts.
Dude, you can see the front end pick up when you get on it. It's crazy. It's an animal. This thing's slam, dude. I love everything about this car. Holy shit. Dude, that never gets old. It never gets old, man. Holy shit. I was like trying to prepare myself for it that time too. Oh my gosh. Put her in sport mode. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, oh my God. Woo! Woo! That thing sounds crazy. Every time. It scares me every time. All right, hold on. Woo! Oh my gosh. Let's go. All right, so what's done to this thing, man?
It has a base Heffner twin turbo kit.
Yeah.
The kit is rated, if I remember correctly, for 800 wheel horsepower.
Golly.
I'm at 700 right now. At least that's what we had it on the dyno last.
Right.
Basic twin turbo kit, nothing super fancy.
Yeah.
Actually, it was very interesting. When I was looking at buying the car, it was out in Arizona.
Okay.
So I actually bought it sight unseen. Never seen the car
Right.
before that.
Dude, that mic isn't, or that steering wheel is insane. I'm sorry to cut you off. So you got it from Arizona.
Got it from Arizona.
Yep.
It got here, and then right away I was looking at like doing more power.
Yeah.
Because it's like always been like a bucket list item. Like I've always wanted to have a car that had 1,000 horsepower.
Yep.
I don't give a shit if it's more than that, but at least 1,000
At least
horsepower.
1,000.
It's like, that's a bucket. Like, oh, you got 4 digits on that behind that HP number.
Yep.
Or behind the HP. But I ended up.
You go straight here.
Yeah, we're gonna go straight. I ended up buying it, and I started looking around, and some of the receipts that it came with said something along the lines of.
Car's fast.
That's insane.
I'd love to have these two cars like on the runway up at
Yeah,
landing.
that would be.
You definitely take me on the half mile.
Yeah.
After a while.
Oh yeah, that's so sick. So once you drove it, did you think you needed 1,000 horsepower, or you were like, okay, this is good?
So I actually took delivery right at the warehouse.
No way, that's so funny.
Yeah, and the first time I drove it, it was like March, and so it was really cold winter, and it was this, like, I was like, holy shit, this is insane. Because I had my 997 before that, and it was like making 650 to the wheels.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of power too, but it was like I had like a couple year break because I sold the Porsche, sold my house, and ended up building that one during construction.
Yeah.
I didn't buy anything. So I had like a 2-3 year break between like really fast cars.
Yeah.
When I first got this one, I was like, holy shit, the roads are still cold, tires are cold. It just felt insane.
Yeah. That's so nuts.
But then I started kind of looking into it, and you know, I got like a stack of paperwork with the car and where it was serviced. It was up in New York. That's where
cool.
the original kit was built.
Yeah.
Or the shop that put it together. And I started looking up the shop because I was like, man, they've already done work on the car. So if I was going to go to 1,000, I'll reach out to them.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be interested in doing that for me. So I started looking up the shop, and the shop had already closed down up in New York.
Oh.
They were already shut down.
Dang.
So I couldn't find them on Google, couldn't find them on Yelp, nothing. And for whatever reason, I somehow got onto their Instagram page from just looking up their name.
Yeah.
And the page hadn't posted in like 4 years or 3 years, since like COVID.
Right, yeah.
2020.
They probably shut down because of that, honestly.
So I reached out to him and I'm like, hey, are you still working on Lambos, building Lambos? And he shoots back and says, yeah, we're still working.
Oh, sick.
And I'm like, oh, that's freaking awesome. Hell yeah. I'm like, you know, I'm looking at maybe doing 1,000 horsepower build and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, where are you guys located at? I'm like, because I see your New York stuff is shut down. And he's like, we're in Monroe.
No.
Like, Monroe where? Louisiana or North Carolina? I'm like, no freaking way.
No way.
So
wow.
I used to live in Monroe, and his shop, it's kind of like off the beaten path. It's like farmland. He's got like a small shop in the back.
No way.
On a big piece of land. And we ended up, I was like, dude, I used to live like 15 minutes from you. Now it's a little further. But by the way, that's my house. Last house I sold.
This one right here? This white one?
Yeah, this white one. You'll see.
Oh,
yeah, down there.
Beautiful. Holy dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
There's a house right here on the corner. That's a NASCAR driver who lives in there.
Which one?
I don't know. I've never actually seen the guy. I met every single other neighbor. I never met that guy when I lived there.
Holy crap, dude.
But so I reached out to him, and he's like, dude, you know, we started talking back and forth, and he's like, dude, I know your car. He's like, that's one of my favorite Lambos I ever got to work on.
No way.
Yeah, he's like, the owner of that car was a really good friend of mine. Like, we still stay in touch.
Sick.
He's like, he sold it and it went somewhere else, and it's been kind of like, we didn't know where it was. He's like, that's so crazy that you actually bought it.
What a good story. So he was like so hyped too. Has he worked on it since there?
Yeah.
Sick.
So after he left his shop, I went down to Arizona, and some freaking hack shop down there just
naturally,
didn't do a very good job. So he ended up going through it, and that guy that I take it to now that works on my cars, he is a certified Lambo mechanic, and he's been to Italy multiple times to the factory to do their like schooling or whatever they do, the training.
Person to have, like, so close.
It was so amazing. I was like, dude, that's so. Like that's such a blessing, you know.
Awesome.
It's hard to find like a good reputable shop that knows what they're doing, is knowledgeable in the car. You're not worried about taking it there or how it's gonna be when you get it back. So he ended up having to fix like a bunch of small things. And
can we get another video of this thing launching real quick? That's so sick though.
Yeah.
Can we roll the windows down real quick?
Yeah.
How do I do it? Down or up?
Up.
Okay. I just want to get a video for my buddy.
Ready?
Alrighty, yeah.
See that traction kicking in?
Dude, that torque here is nuts. Your wheel is sick. Like, I just love this car.
I want one. That's all I gotta say. Hey, dude, can you tell us about your car?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So,
First of all, he's wearing the dang Carna shirt.
he's wearing the Dan Carter shirt.
This is gonna be the picture on the thumbnail. So it's a 09 Gallardo LP560. It's got a baby Heffner turbo kit on it.
Baby. Get out of here. It did not feel like a baby.
Last time we had on the dyno, I was pushing 709 to the wheels.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't have a car that's over 700 horsepower in my garage right now. Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Never mind, sorry.
I was gonna say,
To the
what?
crate.
Yeah, that's to the crate.
I bought it this way. We've done a bunch of maintenance items to it since, but going in for a close job. So that way we can, well, we'll still get the psh noises,
Yeah.
but at least we can switch gears a little quicker,
Yeah.
especially when you're wide open throttle.
So it's an e-gear car.
Gear car.
It drove phenomenal. I love manual versions of these cars, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but all my R8s were the e-gear
Yes.
R8s.
Yes.
And I have a special attachment to them. I like that you still feel like it's a manual. Like when you shift, you take your foot off the gas. Same thing in the R8. So that's really fun. Felt great.
Yeah. I know a lot of guys like to bag on the e-gears, but I think it's a killer experience.
It is.
Like you get to me it almost feels like a F1 car, you know, the pop, pop,
Yep.
pop, you know, I don't know, I like it. It's fun.
I love it, man. It's just what a great experience. Sounds so good too.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
it?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, you're sitting there like waiting for you're like, oh shit, he's gonna get on it. And you're waiting for it to spool up. And then all of a sudden you're just like freaked out of your mind. And then between shifts, you're like, and you're like, oh, that's so cool, but I'm so scared. Did that describe your experience too, Miller?
That literally was on par. Yep. that was perfect. Perfect
And of course,
description.
in mine, like you'll see, he does it like into a turn. And I'm like, wait a minute.
You're not supposed to do that.
Hold on a second, let me see. Yep. Oh, those are big brakes.
Holy, those are as big as my head.
Like we always talk about, like there's so many other cars you can get. Like you can get a Porsche or Ford, like, but there's really nowhere to go. Like, and Huracans are pretty common in the car community,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
I think the next step would be something in like an Aventador or something like that. You know, like this like the next league of cars, if you will. You know,
Yeah.
it's just a completely different experience. But I think from a standpoint of like taking it to rallies and events and just having a
So
ball of the
perfect,
time,
dude. So
I
perfect.
think it's amazing.
the only other car that I want besides one of these is a Murcielago.
Oh,
I had the opportunity to buy an 03, but one of my buddies had owned like the earlier model Mercies, and he said they were maintenance nightmares.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do that. And then, but the later model ones, like
Like the
similar.
LP model. What
Yeah,
they
but
did
they're
the
so expensive now.
so expensive.
Like the LPs are like $1 million plus, I think now.
Depends on which one you get. There was one, actually, it was up for sale for a little while up here in Mooresville.
Yeah.
And it had an SV body kit on it. It wasn't an SV, but it had like all the body
Yep.
panels for an SV. He had like 80,000 miles on that sucker, and he was asking around 200 for it.
Whoa.
That's not bad at all.
I've always wanted a Murcielago, dude.
Have you seen Supercar Ron's? The dark burgundy
Yes,
with the
dude.
brown interior? Oh
So
my gosh.
awesome.
His
when
is sick.
we go do something with him with the GTD,
Yeah,
we'll
we gotta go see
check
his
it out.
collection.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
We gotta do an episode with that car.
Yep.
But so awesome, man. Thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Dude.
I know this is kind of like a shorter episode, but
Dude,
I'm
thanks
so
for having me.
happy I got to
I-
experience this car.
Oh, absolutely. This thing, we got to drive with it on the rally, on the Charlotte Speed Rally, and just like after that, I was like, it's a freaking Lambo with the twin turbos. Like, you can't really get much better than that.
Yep. Amazing, dude. Amazing. All right, go watch
Sweet.
the podcast episode if you haven't already, because we had an awesome conversation today. And that's all I got for you today. So stay tuned for the next one.
Sweet.
We'll catch you later.
Holy shit, dude! What the? Okay.